Here are 3 ways to deal with uncertainty when you're struggling with anxiety. Anxiety sufferers have a natural predilection to avoid uncertainty. They always want to be certain because they're always thinking, well, yeah, but what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? What happens if I get a panic attack when I'm here and I can't escape? What happens if I get physical symptoms and the doctor missed something and by the time the doctor finds out it's too late? What if this thought makes me go crazy? You know, all these things that scare individuals. And so here are some ways to overcome that. Number 1, the most important thing to understand that anxiety's job is to look at all the bad case scenarios, grab the scariest one and magnify it. That's anxiety's job. You can take that as the term catastrophizing. Now, why would anxiety do that? Well, you have to understand anxiety is about survival. And historically, if we could plan a threat and avoid it, that was the best. But here's the thing. 2021, 2022, that doesn't really happen anymore. We don't have to plan for threats because there's no tiger coming at us. So it's really important to understand that the mind will look at the worst case scenarios and magnify it. What happens when people are going through extreme anxiety is they lose the ability to put things in proportion. Things that have a very small likelihood become very big. And so the percentage of it, something that's a 0.00001% chance feels like a 99% chance, and you have to prepare for that. Again, anxiety's job is to look at the cup half empty. Its job is to do that. So recognizing that it's doing that will start to put some things in perspective. Number 2 is not resisting uncertainty. It's actually you chasing certainty that's keeping you in the cycle. Because you're chasing certainty, your tolerance to uncertainty drops, and you're always thinking worst case scenario. This is what happens. If you are constantly chasing certainty, your tolerance for uncertainty goes down, and what happens is you start avoiding situations. Some people become agoraphobic. They can't leave their house. They start avoiding their whole lifestyle. Their whole lifestyle is built around their anxiety just so they don't avoid it. But what happens as a consequence? They lose their confidence. They don't have any confidence in themselves. They feel like they're fragile. So if you actually go towards the uncertainty, recognize that all the best things in life have come from uncertainty. They weren't things that you can necessarily predict. So recognize your recovery lies behind the uncertainty and not look at the uncertainty as always a threat. And third is trust. See, a lot of people think the opposite of anxiety is calmness. It's not. The opposite of anxiety is trust. Calmness follows trust. So being able to have trust in something. Who is that? In yourself. You know, if you're a religious person, people in your community, your family members, trust them that they have your best interest at heart. And if you have that trust, well, then you have a little bit more tolerance towards uncertainty. To learn more to overcome this, follow my page and join my lives.